And what is this we have with Uber? Uber. Sit, Uber, sit. Good dog. You remember that commercial that used to come on? It was actually Ubu. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog. I don't even remember what it was about. But that was it. Like, it'd come on. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog. And then it was over. No idea what the hell that meant. I probably could look it up, but I don't have time for that right now. But instead of Ubu, sit, Uber, sit. Uber gets run over by its own subprime auto leases. I saw the title and said, I can't wait to read this. I didn't go any further. Cha-ching, send it to myself. Joe, do a video about this tonight. Wolfstreet.com, Wolf Richter. I keep mentioning Uber because there's newsworthy stuff about Uber. And one of the things I said not that long ago, as in probably just a few weeks ago, if not sooner than that, or more recent than that, was that I said, can you imagine you got these massive, billions of dollars of investment funds being handed to Uber. They're not even really profitable yet, but they're just blowing through the cash. They're burning through it, while taxi companies don't have that, leisure of, investments by the billions just sitting in their, a coffer for a rainy day. They have to compete with this nonsense, and they're losing, and it's killing them. And I said, could you imagine Uber, after putting the taxi companies practically out of business, then finally fails, and then taxi services are gone, and Uber is gone. And then you have nothing left except for new companies restructuring, bankruptcy. All right, let's get the cab service going again. Utter destruction caused by Uber. It's a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen. But I did give you that little scenario. Like, could you imagine if this happened? So, layoffs and massive losses loom. Uber, which has lost $3 billion last year and has gotten itself into a thicket of intractable issues and scandals that cost founder and CEO Travis Kalanick his job, is now facing a subprime auto leasing crisis. I didn't even know there was such a thing, a subprime auto leasing. I know there's subprime auto loans. I've discussed those ad nauseum. And that is simply a borrower who has a credit score of 540 or 5 something and below, which is, again, subprime. You're not even okay, kind of fair credit. You're like, not looking good credit, bad. That's subprime. I didn't realize subprime people could go and get leases too. But then again, why not? J-Stamp. Ask yourself, why not? If everything else, subprime mortgages, subprime auto loans, why the hell wouldn't you? Right? I mean, they've got subprime leases, right? Good credit, no credit. Don't just give us first month, last month, and you can move right in. Okay. Certainly, leases would not be the ones that didn't have this, right? Should have known better. 2 years ago, when these folks launched the subprime auto leasing program to put their badly paid drivers into new vehicles they couldn't otherwise afford, they apparently didn't do the math. Then again, when you have the Federal Reserve and other central banks buying into stocks and shares, propping the whole market up, hey, who cares, right? Who cares? Go with it. In July 2015, when the exchange leasing program was announced, the company gushed, "We're excited about how these new solutions meet drivers' unique needs and offer better choices and greater flexibility than ever before." The leasing program would be administered by an Uber subsidiary and designed to fit with the flexibility that drivers value most. It said, this is how it would work. Unlike most multi-year leases that have high fees for early termination, drivers who participate in exchange for at least 30 days will be able to return the car with only 2 weeks' notice and limited additional costs. The program allows for unlimited mileage and the option to lease a used car, with routine maintenance also included. It wasn't supposed to be a moneymaker. Well, nothing at Uber is. But hey, and the company invested $600 million in the business, people familiar with the matter told the Wall Street Journal. This type of lease was offered to drivers with subprime credit ratings or no credit ratings, who barely earned enough money to get by and make the new payments. If they stuck around long enough, that is. It allowed drivers to drive new cars. When it didn't work out for them, they could just return the cars after 30 days with 2 weeks notice. The only penalty for the early return is that Uber keeps the $250 deposit, and the leases came with unlimited miles. No one in the car business would ever conceive such a thing. But Uber is different. It defies the laws of economics, or so it thought at the time. Now the 14-member executive committee that is running the show looked at the math and was horrified. According to people familiar with the matter, cited by the Journal, executives had briefed the committee in July that the exchange leasing division had been estimating modest losses of around $500 per auto on average, these people said. But managers recently informed Uber executives that the losses were actually about... Are you sitting down? Are you ready for this? Let me just start over that part and I'll just continue without laughing myself to death. Yeah, I mean, this is sick. This is sick comedy, but it's comedy nonetheless. The exchange leasing division had been estimating modest losses of around $500 per auto on average, these people said. But managers recently informed Uber executives that the losses were actually about $9,000 per car, about half the sticker price of a typical leased vehicle. Uber, you need to change your slogan. Uber, the gift that keeps on giving. And not in a good way. Today's opposite day. And speaking of the gift that keeps on giving, can I give you a small Riff Raff update? It'll probably be the last Riff Raff update, at least in my old neighborhood. Speaking of the gift that keeps on giving, listen. So we went to the house the other day. Well, there's a little bit more to this article, but I've already given you the point. $9,000 loss per car, not 500. Subprime leases to these people, unbelievable. So let me just skip right over to Riff Raff story. The gift that keeps on giving. So I had a date to do like a first inspection of the old house with the leasing company or the rental company to make sure the walls are clean, the baseboards are washed, and the yada yada yada. So the wife and I'd already went over there, painted, rather than try to clean walls, I just painted right over them the same color. I already had to paint for it sitting on there. So I painted the walls myself, did all that, cleaned up the place. Had to come back. We needed the refrigerator. Got to do this. Got to do that. We got to do the bathtub, and we're doing all the stuff. And my wife is like, "You know what? At this point, can we just stop? Can we just stop? Because we had to pay a double deposit, security deposit. Because at the time, old J Snip's credit, a little issue there. So it was $1,500 deposit times two, $3,000 security deposit. First month, last month, of course. So I'm thinking, hell. If it was just the 1 month, I might even consider never even stepping foot back over there and just say, I know it needs to be cleaned and yada yada. You guys deal with it. But it was $3,000, and $3,000 is $3,000, and honestly, even $1,500, I might have tried to do something to get some of it back. So we go over there for like the couple days before Tuesday, which was this week. So it was like Sunday. We went over the Sunday night, or no, it was actually Monday night. They kind of finish up, and then she's just like, you know what, I'm done. Whatever they end up giving us, if anything, take it. I'm just done with this. I'm like, you know what? I feel you. Let's get the hell out of here. So we left. So I meet the guy over there who they pulled from our company got bought. The company I was with got bought out by another company, and whatever. So the guy comes. He's like, yeah, I'm not even from around here. I'm from up north, and I'm down here. And they're like super busy and don't have enough help, but whatever. So we're walking the house, and he's like, oh man, this is in really good condition. You really kept up with this. This looks great. He's like, I've been down in Miami mostly dealing with the same stuff where I got to inspect it afterwards and, and mark it down anything that's bad, needs to be fixed. And he's like, gosh, you guys really, you did a really good job with this. I'm thinking, really? There's a few stains on the carpet, there's bathtubs still need to be cleaned a bit and this and that, not major stuff, but I'm thinking, damn. He wrote everything on that list as good, fine. Except one little piece, and it was the bedroom carpet in one of my kids' room. We burned a little hole with a lamp, a heat lamp that is. Well, not we, she did, my daughter. one of my daughters. And I just cut the square out, figuring I could find the carpet, cut another square in, and make it, match that little corner. Never could find the carpet. Called their carpet guy 100,000 times. Text him. Can't get him to respond. He won't come out. I'm just done. You know what? I'm going to have to eat that room. If they have to replace the whole damn carpet or whatever they have to do, I'm just going to have to eat that one. That's coming out of the deposit. I know that much. But how much is one room going to cost for carpet? $500? I mean, really, So let's just say it does. That's $2,500 I'm getting back. Still a cha-ching, right? I'm happy. So he's signing off and everything is in like great condition. I'm like, holy crap. Well, so I left that on a good note. But I had to get my reverse osmosis thing out of under the sink. So whoever installed the spigots or the on-off valves under the sink installed one so close to the damn back of the wall you can't even turn it, it touches it. So I knew this when I moved in because I saw it. So I have to go outside to the meter, shut the water off out front, the main, the meter anyways, and then go in and disconnect it, of course, that way. So I did, yada, yada, yada. So I go out to pull the cover off the meter to get to it. And I'm like, I did this before when I moved in. And it was right there. And I put my channel lock pliers on there and cranked the thing sideways and shut it off. And then put it back on when I was done. And I don't see anything in this but a pile of dirt and rocks. Someone's been piling rocks inside this thing. I wonder who it could be. Whose house is the water meter right in front of? Riff Raff's. Even though mine's on the left side, his is on the right side. There's two in one. It's on his side of the property. The gift that keeps on giving. So I'm digging in there with my channel locks in my hands and digging, dirt out. I'm digging rocks. And then I saw the telltale sign. Remember when that kid came, one of the Riff Raff's brother came over, was sitting in front of my mailbox, left a trashy little fruit cup thing right on the ground. I had to take it, pick it up, go to his parents. Is this yours? Well, yeah, that's ours. That is ours. He was sitting over here right in front of the, by the way, the garbage was 2 feet away from him. It was out because it was garbage day the next day. Why wouldn't he just throw it away instead of leaving it on the ground next to it? You know what I mean? Oh, okay. Guess what kind of fruit cup container I found also while digging to China to get to my damn meter, water meter. I found theirs, the same kind. So guess who it was that left me a nice present, the gift that kept giving. I thought I was done with it. No, sir. Even the very last day of my life at that old house, I get a Riff Raff surprise. It was a bonus surprise because that was probably done months ago and we just didn't know, right? I'm not down there digging in the water meter thing. I've only had to do it one time. So they gave me a bon voyage, gifting, parting gift, if you will, unbeknownst to them or me. I got dirt under my fingernails and everything else. And I got to go now clean my hands as best I can because I'm going to grab my water filter and take it out of here. Nothing's in the house. It's practically empty. You know what I mean? Like, just what old Snippy needed. But I said this is going to make a nice little Riff Raff update. When the people thought Riff Raff couldn't give me anything else, they were wrong. He had one more in his back pocket. Didn't even know about it. Unbelievable. Actually, no. Very believable. And by the way, talking to the guy that did the inspection, when he was telling me some of the stories of the Miami houses he has to deal with, he pretty much said, dude, you don't even want to know the kind of condition over and over and over and over again we see down there in the rental property market. I said, I can imagine. Because the one next to me, when they moved in, the one who was before them, I saw them ripping the carpet out the same day that the new people were moving in. They hired a company to pull and rip the carpet out. It was the most disgusting thing you've ever seen. And then they're moving in while they're fixing the carpet or putting a new carpet in. I said, that's when I realized this has to be like Section 8 HUD, stuff, because they're on a waiting list. He goes, bingo. That's exactly what it is. And he says, and there are certain people who think renting, because that's a secure income stream from those people, that's the best way to go until they have to do what you just described. Fix this, fix the carpet, fix that, and there ain't enough money left over. So they can't win anyways. They get regular people in, they end up stiffing them on their rent. They get HUD to help out, and then those people still can't make the $200-300 payment that they owe. Same thing, and they destroy the house. Freaking believable. Take care.